your Stephanie Nomodo.
And yeah, today we'll be talking about putting yourself out there. Welcome to That's the Podcast. And on this channel, we talk about our life experiences. It's not like we're gurus or anything. Just sharing is caring, isn't it?
Our 2 cents.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Sharing our 2 cents, and people can learn from it one way or the other. And we can learn from you too. So if you're listening, please comment, and share your experience.
Tell us your own experiences, exactly.
Exactly. Visibility, putting yourself out there. So the topic came about because this year I was just telling my friend that I have to put myself more out there. I'm an introvert. I don't like being in crowds, and I'm in the entertainment business at the same time. I'm good behind the camera. I'm the camera person. The
DOP kind of.
Yes, the DOP, the cinematographer, the brain behind most of the things, the productions. But I'm not the one in front of it. But not this year, my dear. I say Sapa has shown me that you have to put yourself out there, or else, now.
Life will wrong you.
And I brought my friend to talk about this topic because this girl right here, there's nothing under the sun that you haven't done that brings money.
I haven't sold him.
As far as money is involved.
I haven't sold him. Okay, actually, I've hooked people up, maybe got paid, but I haven't sold him parts yet. So there's something I haven't done.
Yeah. So she's very industrious. She's a go-getter.
I like to call myself a serial entrepreneur.
A serial entrepreneur.
That's right.
She has several businesses, which we'll touch on later on. But Adora, please, I think this podcast should just start with you advising me. Advising me. As in, like, I know you've already behind cameras. Yeah, off record.
Should I advise you the way I do advise you behind cameras?
No, not like that, please. There are people watching.
Okay, guys, we're teasing. But seriously, what are we really talking about? Like Mimi said, we're talking about visibility. My church, my pastor, Pastor Jerry, they talked about visibility in 2023. You have to put yourself out there. You have to be visible. Like I tell Mimi all the time, what's the importance or what's the advantage of having so many ideas, so many skills, so many talents, and nobody knows about it? You're keeping all of this out there, and what does that mean? You're keeping your money away from you.
Exactly.
Technically, I mean, you come. Okay, let's use Mimi as an example. Since she said I should advise her, so I came all the way to Lagos for business, and I stayed with my darling friend like I always do, and I found out that she has an EP. She has an EP.
I have a single. I'm working on an EP.
Well, she has a single working towards
on Spotify. Yeah.
But I didn't even know my friend can sing. I didn't know she could sing. I didn't know she was working on an EP. And I was like, these are the things, my love. Like, okay, what if I was working on, which I am working on, a movie, which I do, and I'm looking for someone to do my soundtrack. And then I take my money to someone else when my friend right here can do the job. It's only because I don't know she can do the job. I don't know she's been doing the job. I don't know she's in that line of business. So, I mean, you're one of those people probably listening to us right now, and you're always on your laptop sketching these amazing fashion designs, or you're a great cook, and you're always cooking for your friends, your family, when you have game night, and people are like, oh my God, I love your food. Why haven't you thought about turning this into a business? Why haven't you thought about doing private catering for people? Why haven't you thought about doing meal preps and meal packages for people? I mean, there's so many things. If you're that good in a field, why don't people know about it? Even if you don't have the time or you don't want to do that as a business, how about you start vlogging about your food? There are people on Instagram, Zelicious, you already know her, I'm sure. There are people that make food and video for a living, and their YouTube pages racking millions and millions for them. Exactly. And even if not, they just love cooking and they put it out there that they love, and they are teaching people for free. People pay to go to catering school, but these people are showing you their skills for free. You might think, why would you waste your skill? But guess what? They are making money from the amount of clicks and views they get by you and I watching. So the point is, if there's something you think you're good at, and when I say you think, ask other people if you're actually good at it, because you might think you're good at something, but no, you need audience to validate that. So if you actually know you're good at something and it's something that can bring in money, please let it be visible. You can't put in all that work and not let people see and know what you do. Another thing that is not right, which I am guilty of sometimes, is also the fact that some people mix their social media pages with their businesses.
Yeah.
So you have a private page where you put your hair video, where you put video of you and your friends having brunch, going to the cinema, and then you also put videos once in a while or pictures of things you sell. It's very easy to miss out on that because people are confused. What am I watching? Her life or her business? So if you're going to be serious with that, I know your problem might be, well, my personal page has more followers, so it's going to be more visible here. And if I start a new business page, there's only maybe 5 followers, it won't grow. You have to start to grow it. So you can have a business page which is clean and strictly business, but then you can have once in a while posts from there on your private page, linking people to go back to your business page. Get it? So the moral of what we're really saying here, which we have been saying, is visibility is number one goal for the year. You need to be visible. Now, beyond being visible, like Mimi would say, Sakpa has made her rethink about a lot of things this year. That could be your driving goal. That could be your ambition. That could be the reason why you want to do what you want to do this year. Some other people are not really going through Sakpa per se, but they are seeking goal satisfaction. They're seeking completeness. They're seeking purpose. I don't know what I am on this earth for. I've met someone who told me, oh, Adora, you can sew, you can sell, you can do videos. I don't really know what I'm good at. I'm not sure if I'm like, how can you not know? You must like something. It's like, I don't know. I like this, I like that. I'm not sure which one. I said, okay, let me test you. A real quick question you can use to check what you like. When you go on your Instagram, what do you reckon you look at the most? What pages do you follow more? You know, Instagram has the IE, intelligence thing going on, EI, and most times what it does for you is it generates pages of things you've looked at a lot of times. So technically there must be something that you're always seeking on Instagram. Is it fashion? Is it new styles? Is it skincare products and just following skin pages? Is it content creators that you're always watching to see how they did their videos? Is it cooking pages because you're always learning new recipe? Is it house redecoration and construction? Is it interior work? There's something you're passionate about, and if you find that niche, you can build on it, because the truth is there's nothing as good as making wealth out of what you enjoy doing.
Yeah.
There's a great saying that says the best way to make money is doing what you love at your own time and pace.
Yeah.
Some people go to work and hate having to wake up every morning to be at work at 8 a.m., caught in traffic going back home all the way from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. At the end of the month, you get paid peanuts. Sometimes you get paid really well, but you don't like what you do. So how about you break out of that circle? Me and Mimi talked about it a few days ago, how sometimes we feel like we're running around in circles. It's like, I'm doing this thing, I'm doing it so well, and I've been doing it for so long, but I don't think I'm getting a breakthrough. What am I not doing right? One thing I would say, and I said this to Mimi as well, is you need to understand your community. And I talked about this at the last female talk show I went for on my page. If you identify your community, and what is a community? A community is a group of people in a specific area or space in a field, in a particular field. So there's a general community, which is obviously the world we live in. There's a community which is the country you live in. There's a community which is also the continent, then the state, then the society, then the environment. So it could be the community in the workplace, community in your church, community in your peer group, community in your industry related field. Now, when I'm talking about community in this case, I'm talking about your industry related community. So if you've picked that I want to grow in the media space, or I want to grow in the media field, now that's the community you're working within. What do you need to do? First and foremost, I say you need to identify people in that community that have achieved the goals and similar aspirations you want to achieve. Now you need to understudy them, follow their pages keenly. Now I know that people would say social media is not your real life, people just put out their best foot forward. However, if it's a business page or a page where someone is thriving in a particular field, I don't think they're necessarily putting their best filtered pictures or their best fashion pictures. They're putting out their work, their best work. So your job is to follow and understudy that work. Now, if you can reach out to some people and tell them that you want to intern, something we talked about a lot before in that talk show was intern and volunteer work. Problem with a lot of Nigerian youths, I'm sorry to say, is we're all finance driven. Our motivation is pay. How much are they going to give me? How much am I going to earn? Well, the real question is, how much value are you bringing? Why are you so fussed about how much I'll pay you when I'm not even sure about how much value you're bringing to me? Does that make any sense? So basically, it's not about your CV or, oh, I'm a graduate from Harvard University and I had all A's and I'm a first class degree. Well, what field experience do you have? That says that you're great on paper, but I haven't tested you. You come into a job or a workspace and you say, well, I want you to pay me $300,000 for this job. Well, hold on. I need to see what you're offering me for me to pay you $300,000. Secondly, how much are you willing to bring into my business for me to be able to pay you $300,000? You know, like we said something today, anime. We said we're all out there looking for this dream guy or this spec. And the real question is, are we the spec of our spec? Yeah, get it? Okay, so I used to say, my brother used to tell me before, oh, I'll tell him, oh, I want a tall, dark, and handsome man with 6 packs, with the fat bank account, earning 6 digits. And then he'll tell me, that man that has all of this, are you what he wants? Are you sure he doesn't want a figure 8 girl with small waist, big hips, and earning a 6 digits as well? You know, so before you throw your foot out there and say, this is what I want, the real question is, what are you offering? What skills do you have? What experience do you have? And also, how can I show this company that I'm worth how much they are going to pay me? Now, you can't necessarily do that by theory or explanation, but by works. Now, one thing I'll test everybody listening to this out there, don't always think about money. Money is good, money is a driver, but more importantly, think about proving yourself, then putting a price tag on what you have proven. Some people out there might say, people are taking advantage of me before. You now go and do it, now go and give them good work, they'll collect your work and they'll give you 20K, people will take advantage of you, people will underprice you, undervalue you. Well, the truth is, in life, there's a teething stage, okay? People will take advantage of it. It's part of the process. You can't wake up and run. You must crawl and fall and crawl and fall, then walk and fall and then start walking. You can't jump it. So as long as you haven't reached the peak, of that career, you cannot demand certain things. This works also for actors and actresses. You're up and coming, and you go and you want them to cast you in a role, and you're expecting that they're going to pay you $200,000, which is what people who have been acting for the past 10 years or 4 years are probably earning. I'm sorry, why should I pay you that again? You did an audition and wow, you were great, but so, how many people know your face? In the industry, people sell with faces. People put your faces on their poster like, oh my God, that's Iniedo. Oh my God, that's Genevieve Naji. Oh wow, I would love to watch that movie because of the face on the poster. But it's Adora Modu. I don't know her. Which movie has she acted? I might be amazing. I'm probably the best you'll see on screen, but nobody knows me. So there's so much I can demand for in the beginning. So we need to learn to grow our portfolio before we put price tag. Tits and tits, crawl, fall and walk. Point is, intern if you can. Volunteer as much as you can for free. If you can afford the transportation to go to your workplace, volunteer. You would learn so many things that you cannot pay money for. There are classes that I have paid for and they just teach me with the syllables, and it's very regimented. You are meant to sew trousers, tops, this is how you're going to cut it, blah, blah, blah. But there are so many tricks I have learned by watching tailors do work that they're not teaching you. Their cutting is a mistake. They're like, okay, I can do it like this. That is not in a syllable. You're not going to get that from a structured class. You're going to get that from experience. There are professionals in the media industry that have failed a lot of times. They've edited and they've had issues. If you've ever been in the media field, especially filmmaking, there's so many times that people lose sound for production, and there's something they call a voiceover. Then you have to go and do a voiceover. You have to learn how to lay it so that it matches the sinking of the mouth. These are so many things that you might not really learn perfectly in a class, but you learn how to maneuver issues as you go on. And the best way is to shadow someone who is in that field. So as much as I and Mimi are talking about visibility this year, we're also talking about what you have to give up. Don't put the money first. Put money, but don't overprice it when you don't have enough to show that you are worth that amount. Secondly, prepare to bring your pride down and volunteer for free in people's organizations or places that you actually have high reputation and respect for. Because I won't go and offer to be an intern in an up-and-coming production house as well. I would rather be an intern in a more abudu place, and in Danny TV, in Red TV, places I know that I can learn tangible stuff from. And then when you've learned, you're able to confidently produce stuff with your own money. If you're lucky to get sponsors, thumbs up. Not that easy, but if you have some savings, produce your own work and put it out there. Pay for sponsored ads. Try and get influencers that are willing to help. There's so many of them that don't necessarily ask for money. They look on your page, and if you're worth promoting, they will. I know Laura KJ helps out sometimes in some of these things. Some influencers always give free slots to publicize people's businesses. So please, 2023, you have no reason to go through SAPA. You have no reason. You have no reason to beg for funds. You have no reason not to reach your maximum potential. You have no reason to not drive that new car, move into that new apartment, buy that new bone straight, get that iPhone. Like, set a target and don't stop at anything. Keyword I tell everyone I need: don't ever take no for an answer. Somebody would succumb to that. If they don't want this, give them what they want, but they must want something from you before they go. Offer something that they can't say no to, and trust me, the sky will be your limit. I and Mimi talk all the time, even some of my friends, and she say, Adora, how did you do this thing? How did you get money? I even have colleagues at work that say, are we not working in the same organization? How did you manage to? Yeah, monkey and monkey did the same tree, but some monkey fit jump, come down, others no fit. So the point is, map out your environment, be determined, and push through. I mean, Mimi, you've achieved a lot too, as much as you keep saying, oh, I want to do more. But there are stages you've had to go through to get to where you are today. So it's not about me saying advise you, because you two have also conquered a couple of milestones. So it'd be nice for you to also tell them what you have been able to conquer and some of the challenges you probably faced along the way, and how were you able to maneuver that?
So I myself, I will come from the introvert perspective, and yeah, it's true, because when it comes to business, you have to be able to be good with networking. You have to have the confidence and all of that. So I just realized at some point in my life that I cannot continue to be the shy girl if I have all these goals that I want to hit. So I actually have, in times now, gotten myself out of my comfort zone. That's number one. Anything called comfort zone is the killer, guys. You need to get yourself out of your comfort zone. Do things that naturally don't come easy to you. That's pushing yourself, being able to approach people, tell them what your goals are. First of all, like she said, know the strategic people that you need to network with, then approach them. And the way you can do this, instead of being shy of like making that phone call, just make the phone call, my dear introverts. Make that phone call. You're not going to die. Nobody is going to kill you. Highest, like my friend always advised me, they will say no, and then what happens? No, nothing. So, but it's a game of numbers. At the end of the day, this life we're living, you just need to keep trying and trying and trying. You know, getting yourself out of that comfort zone. I think that's just the major thing for me. And I'm still a work in progress. I've come far. Let me tell you guys, trust me, I have. You know, but little by little, I'm conquering my fears and I'm hitting my goals. And that's why I said this year, 2023, next level, man. Visibility is that's our key word for
2023. Visibility.
Yes. You know,
be seen, be heard.
Nobody knows the best kept secret. Like, you can be the best thing and nobody will know about you. So you need to actually just put yourself out there and do it for the world, because there are people that, you know why I said doing more of the things I'm doing right now, because I realized that there are people like me waiting to see someone, you know, like them conquering and
something
doing
else.
things.
Yes.
So let me do it for some. If I haven't seen anybody that I'm looking up to, that I'm as a mentor or whatever. Although I do have mentors, like Oprah is my mentor. That's another thing. You should have a mentor, someone that you look up to, you listen to, and then they don't need to know you one-on-one. Someone like Oprah has materials as podcasts, as videos on YouTube. She has a blog, she has a magazine, she has a TV show. So there's no way you can say you don't know who Oprah is if you are ready to know who she is and follow her ways, you know. So yeah, you have to have a mentor. So getting back to that, like, I'm just trying to just put myself out there as well, so that people like me can just be, Shebi Miriam is able to do it, let me as well do it. So at the end of the day, it also drives me to do what I do.
Yeah.
Because it's like giving back to,
There you go.
you know, and it's what I really want to do with my life, give back. So I'm like, okay, what's the point? Let's just do these things I want to accomplish, and then let other people know how I did it, and let's get the world moving.
And another thing we talked about, Miriam, we should tell them, is also we talked about the generational differences and how the Gen Zs seem to be doing so much better than, you know, the millennials. Because in all fairness, I meet people nowadays and I'm the CEO of So Cakes, I'm the founder of this, I'm a producer, director, and I hear that they're under 30. We're not under 30, by the way, even though we look 28. And they're under 30, and you know, it's such a shocker because we were saying it today that when we were these people's age, we're not thinking like this. And I also said I think we were too shielded by our parents. It was more of the go and be a lawyer, go and be a doctor, go and work in a firm, do your ICANN, go to law school. You know, in this generation, the amount of professionals who are in the entrepreneurship space is amazing.
Yeah.
And beyond amazing, they are breaking limits.
Yes.
We also thought it was the social media era that has helped them. But I think, yes, there is the social media era, which is fantastic if you use it, the tools right. But also, it's the confidence they have.
Mm-hmm.
I meet young men in their early and mid 20s walking up to me and telling me how they want to date me. I can be the man of your dreams. And I'm like, how old are you? And they're like 26. And it's the audacity for me, you know. But then that's what has made them where they are today. And I don't see why those of us in our 30s and above cannot be that pushful as well. I hear people say, well, I have kids, I've had the family. Beautiful, great milestone. However, that shouldn't stop your life now, should it? We should be able to find a balance, and I think at some point too, people need to learn to stop living for others. You came to this world alone. I'm also a product of that along the line. Some of us have lived for our parents. My parents who don't want this, they're not comfortable with that. My kids, my husband.
Exactly.
And then you forget yourself. You get lost in that whole bubble. You need to also live for you, as much as it doesn't affect your family and your kids, but there are ways to strike a balance. I know people who are yearning for so much, but then because they are family women, they cannot pull through. Whoever said you cannot be a family woman and also live your dreams? Social media and the media entirely has made life so much easier. There are people who work from home. Work from home moms earn so much money. There are podcasts like this. There are vlogs. There are social media ads. There are videos, like I said, cooking videos, sewing videos. And people are making money from the comfort of their living rooms and bedrooms. So you should not. There are so many. So that you have no reason to be limited in 2023.
Yeah.
No limitation. We need to add that. So it's a year of visibility and no limitations. Take that to the bank. But honestly, guys, go out there and break a back and also break your bank account. I want to see you all by the end of this year in your new car, your new apartment, that new hair, and cheers to the iPhone 14 if the 15 isn't out by the end of this year. But yeah, that's from me, Adora Stephanie Wodo. I wish you all good luck this year. Yeah. And like I said, go break a leg.
Go break a leg. Thank you for listening, and follow us on our various channels. You can follow me on Instagram at eccentricme. That's XENTRICMI, eccentric me. You can follow the podcast channel, which is wetheyouths.africa, with the youths _Africa. Where can I find you? Well,
I'm all over the place, but Instagram is the easiest place to contact and follow me. So follow me on Instagram at Miss D Adora, MISSDEEADAORA, Miss D Adora. Same on Twitter. And Facebook is my full name, Adora Stephanie Wodo. So if you Google me, I'm sure my pages will come out. But yeah, follow me on Instagram and we can continue this conversation. Also follow my YouTube channel at The Miss D Show, the THEMISSDEE Show, SHOW. Until we come your way again, stay blessed.
Wait, let's not cut it off now.
Oh no, okay.
Because I want you to tell us about what you're working on. You're always working on something. So what should they look forward to? Or what is already out so that they can, get connected to?
A wise man told me that when you're working on great work, you should keep it hush so the spirits in the air will not destroy it. But I'm a lawyer, like she said. I'm a media specialist. I'm also a fashion designer.
Yeah.
I'm a producer, director, yes, and I'm a vlogist. I have a YouTube channel. So and I'm a philanthropist as well. I have an NGO. It's called Miss D for Sickle Cell Foundation. We have a website and also an Instagram page, Miss D Foundation. So do well to follow us. And yes, those are the major things I do. But on that line, like she said, I produced a movie 2 years ago called The Crescent. It's
very
a sickle
awesome
cell
movie. You need to go see it.
Yes, if you haven't watched it, you can catch it on African Magic Urban or African Magic Showcase. It's still showing, I believe.
It's called
Crescent. Just Crescent, yes. I think the trailer is on YouTube, Crescent. There's so many other Crescents, but Crescent, the sickle cell movie. We're going to have links very soon on online platforms. We're working hard on that for those in the diaspora who want to watch it. And like she said, we have something coming up.
Yeah.
Follow my page for,
Yeah, follow
hints.
her and trust me.
This year is a full loaded package. That's what we're talking about, visibility.
Exactly.
We're coming with a bang. We're coming with a bang.
Back to back.
They are not going to see us coming. They never see it coming. Ja, 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 eh.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.